Hey everybody, welcome to the Delivery Driver Pit Stop. My name is Michael. I am your host. I hope everybody's having a great Sunday out there. I hope you're making a lot of money for your honey, and if you have no honey, more money for you. Happy daylight savings time. Did everybody jump ahead 1 hour? If not, you're 1 hour behind. Also, more importantly, happy International Women's Day to all the ladies out there. Without women, this world would really suck. So a big shout out to all the women out there that make this world go round. Anyways, with that being said, this is going to be, to date, my most important video. I've said in the past I've done a lot of videos that are important, but this by far is the most important video. Out of the 200, this will be my 284th video since the channel was born last year. And by far, this is the most important video as it affects me personally, it affects me financially, and unfortunately, it's going to affect you personally and you financially soon if it has not already. And I am talking about, yes, again, and I don't mean to be a broken record, the coronavirus and the gig economy. It's going to affect Grubhub, Postmates, DoorDash, Instacart, Uber Eats, Lyft, Uber, you name it, it'll affect the company in some way. And as Pete from Pay to Drive said yesterday, there is legislation being introduced that will try to address those gig workers that are going to lose money, that have to self-quarantine, or come down with a coronavirus, which is a great start. Don't know how it will go in Washington D.C. as the partisan bickering and the partisan divide in this country is greater than ever before. So cross our fingers. But today I want to talk about how everybody can talk about the coronavirus and how it might affect you, but I'm going to tell you how it's affecting me personally, so hopefully you can relate to it, and I can give you some clarity on it. So anyway, as anybody that follows the channel knows, I live in Southern California. My deliver area for DoorDash and for Grubhub and anything else is in Riverside County, in Murrieta, Menifee, and Temecula is basically, in Lake Elsinore, which I don't do, is basically the area. Yesterday, the LA Times and several other news organizations released a very shocking, well, I wouldn't say shocking, very eye-opening news article that I will be linking the LA Times article in the description below. Murrieta Valley High School is putting 71 students in quarantine and will also be shutting down the high school for a few days. And from this point forward, because apparently, I don't know if it was a staff member went to one of the affected areas overseas, come back, and now they're being tested or were tested for the coronavirus, something of that sort. And this, again, affects me personally because Murrieta Valley High School is in the heart of where I personally deliver. Yesterday, I delivered 3 orders that were within a half a mile of this high school. And just to show you, after one of the deliveries, I decided as I was going back to grab another delivery, I drove right back by Murrieta Valley High School. So I decided, okay, I'm going to take a picture to show people, because some people won't believe you unless you show proof. Here's a picture of Murrieta Valley High School, if I can learn how to speak. And you'll notice a couple white vans there. Those were the vans that had started cleaning up, disinfecting the high school. And my question to Grubhub, DoorDash, and I'm going to be getting this email out to my driver specialist immediately. This affects me personally. As they've said in the news, over 80% of the people who get coronavirus will very mild or no symptoms at all, asymptomatic as they call it. It usually affects the elderly or people with a compromised immune system, including heart attacks and diabetes. As anybody knows, I am a type 2 diabetic. So immediately, I'm more susceptible than many of the people out there to this. And the reason why I said this affects me personally is out of those 71 students at this point, they're all going to be self-quarantined. They're self-quarantining. They all will be home. So instead of eating lunch at the high school, they're going to have to eat lunch and breakfast somewhere. So what will they be doing? The natural progression of things is they will be calling for home delivery. So it's a huge concern of mine. 74 people in the area, the high school itself being closed, which has thousands of students and faculty that all live in that same area. At one point or another, I'm going to be delivering to a house that has a student or a person that is self-quarantined. And at this point, Grubhub does not allow you to drop off the food on the doorstep. Postmates allows it, DoorDash allows it, but at this point, Grubhub does not. So that puts me in a quandary. It puts me in a very tough position. It worries my wife Tona, me out there delivering. When you hand the food to someone, you're within 2 or 3 feet. You're within coughing distance, and that's how this virus is spread via, particulate matter from breathing in your breath. So it makes you think, 71 people plus faculty. I am legitimately at risk of contracting this if I continue to do my job as a 1099 contract employee for Grubhub. And anybody else in my area, any other Grubhub employee, 1099, any other Postmates, Amazon Flex, anybody that is delivering in the area that now has been, quarantined, they are at risk as well. And anybody that has health issues, the older folks or somebody with compromised immune system, we are at direct risk of contracting this. And there is no answers right now out there, at least for Grubhub, what we can do if we want to continue to deliver for this company. Now, if it was up to my wife, if it was up to my wife, she does not want me delivering anymore, but we need the money, obviously, or I wouldn't be doing Grubhub. So it puts me in a catch-22, and I guarantee you it puts many, many other people. Thankfully, in my household, we have 2 incomes. But what about these other households that are single parent, that rely on Grubhub or DoorDash as their main source of income? There is no, there's no parachute. There's no safety net for these people. And there's no safety net for me as of right now. And it's very concerning as a Grubhub. Why do I keep wanting to say Grubhub employee? As a person that works for Grubhub and a person that works for DoorDash, etc. So this is going to affect me personally. It is affecting me personally. Again, you can see out in the news where you hear all these stories, but until it affects you personally, or until you see somebody it affects personally, you can't relate. So hopefully me giving you this story helps you relate a little more, because you will eventually face it if they don't get a handle on the outbreak of this coronavirus. Again, all these students that are going to be ordering, and you guaranteed, it's going to bump up the business for home delivery. It goes without saying. They just had an article yesterday that Grubhub's stock since the coronavirus outbreak is up almost 6% in the last week and a half, as well as all the other Postmates and DoorDash and Uber. All their stock is up because they're seeing a huge increase in business. And, Postmates has already addressed it. It's such a concern for Postmates. They're saying now you can non-contact delivery, they call it. And I got the email from Postmates. They send out where you can just now leave it on the doorstep. It makes you think Grubhub will have to address this, and I hope they address it to me and all the other Grubhubbers out there in the Grubhub sphere. Trademark. So my question to you is, how do you think this is going to affect everybody? I think this is the sleeping giant that's going to affect, and when it wakes, it's going to affect everybody that does this kind of work. I'm just waiting. Eventually, they're going to have a story of the first gig economy person that has contracted coronavirus from delivering. It has not happened just yet, but it will happen. And I don't want to be the first one, okay? So how is the government, how are we going to solve this? This high school is in the middle of my delivery area. It's prime delivery area. And I had an example. I had 3 deliveries yesterday within a half a mile of this high school. It makes me think every time I went up to each one of those and I handed the food to them, okay, is this the one where I'm going to get the virus? Is this the one? It worries you. I hope these students have enough foresight, and maybe the family have enough foresight if they do order this type of food, that they'll say in the delivery instructions, please leave it on the porch or please leave it wherever. But I don't know how that's going to work. Maybe I'm wishing too much and it's not going to happen. We shall see. So again, this is a huge issue for me personally, a huge issue for anybody in the area that I deliver. That's going to be a huge issue for them. I don't know. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard spot between, should I deliver or should I go broke and have bill collectors? And do you want to eat ramen the rest of your? Well, some people say, well, ramen is good. Well, ramen is good, but I'm not a big particular fan with my, type 2 diabetes. I have to be careful what I eat. So ramen is not the best thing for that. Curious what you guys think. Your guys' concerns. If you can relate to me, hopefully you can relate to this in some manner. That way, we can brainstorm. I'm going to try to get an email out to my my driver specialist and voice my concerns about this. Unfortunately, I think the driver specialist will give me a cut and paste generic email from the email that they sent out previously. Grubhub sent out previously about sanitation and cleanliness, but we shall see. Well, I think that's about it, folks. Almost 14 minutes of rambling on. As always, I appreciate you tuning in. I know there's a lot of other things you can be doing this afternoon, this evening, this morning, wherever you might be. I appreciate you taking some time and watching me. If you'd be so kind to give me one of these bad boys, if you appreciate videos such as this. Again, I will be linking the article in the description below to the LA Times about this high school that I'm delivering right around. I've actually delivered to the high school a few times several months ago, so that puts it in perspective as well. If you have not subscribed to my channel just yet, make sure you subscribe, the red button over there. And when you subscribe, make sure you click on the little bell, click on all notifications. That way you are notified anytime I release very important videos such as this. This is extremely important if you're in the gig economy, because it will affect you eventually. We cannot ignore this anymore. As always, I appreciate you tuning in. Please follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram, not Instacart, Facebook, and whoever else. I can't even think right now. I'm so flustermacated from this virus. Remember, no tip, no trip. As always, I thank you for tuning in. God bless you. We'll see you next time on Delivery Driver Pit Stop, everybody. Bye-bye.